This is one of my new favorite weeknight meals. It's a lemon chicken that is marinated and then put on top of a bed of orzo with kale. It has olives, it has feta, it has everything you want. It's a quick weeknight meal, all made in a skillet. Let's do it. So for a weeknight meal, this lemon chicken that's marinated with some wonderful herbs has a great orzo underneath it that has kale, that has all these elements, and it pulls together for a really great meal. So it's all in one in a skillet. Lemon chicken orzo. And I love it because, you know what, sometimes you want something that has a lot of flavor, that has kind of some brightness, especially during these winter months, but it's still really filling and hearty, and that's what this is. So to start, we have some chicken breasts. What's great about chicken breasts is you can keep them in the freezer, you can pull them out, let them thaw overnight in the fridge, they're ready to go. So they're a pantry staple that I just love to have around. Now, we're gonna start by marinating them for a little bit just to make sure they have some flavor. So to do that, I have some dried oregano, dried dill, and some black pepper. Now, I like dried spices for marinades because I think it actually can intensify the flavors, especially when you mix it with that acidity in the oil we're going to. Of course, you need a good dose of salt, so I'm gonna sprinkle salt right on. Salt is super important. It's actually what's gonna season the meat. It's gonna help it stay moist. All those things are super essential when you're doing that. Now, for garlic, instead of mincing it up and having big pieces in there, I like to press it in, so I just use a garlic press. I find that to be super simple because then you get all the juices, look at all that coming out, all of that goodness from the garlic, and just make sure you scrape it off, and look, it goes right in there. That's what I love about it, and it leaves that husk and everything behind. You don't have to peel it. Yeah, it's a win-win. So we have the garlic in there, we have the salt, we have the herbs, we have all those things. We need some lemon juice. So lemon juice is gonna be our acidity, and it's what's gonna really add that pop of brightness that I really am craving when it comes to this chicken. It also helps marinate it a little bit quicker, and that to me is super important. So I'm gonna cut them open and I'm gonna just squeeze the lemon juice right into this. Now you can see I'm mixing the marinade right in with the chicken. That's because why dirty something else? This is all gonna get mixed together. It's gonna sit and marry together for quite a while, and that's what we want. And I want a good dose of it in there, so I'm gonna squeeze it right in, and now we just need our component that's gonna help kind of coat the chicken, and that's gonna be the oil. So we have olive oil, and we're gonna put that all around and then just mix it together. That's what's beautiful about this. So after you get all that olive oil in there, you just wanna mix it up. Now you can do it with your hand, or you can try to be really good and do it all just with a tongs or a spatula. So really the important part here is coating all that chicken and all the goodness, mixing it together. Obviously that oil and lemon juice aren't gonna just perfectly mix, but they do come together and start really helping. So I wanna push it under. Now we're just gonna let this marinate for a short bit. We have a nice amount of acidity. It won't take too long. I'm gonna just put it in the fridge for a little bit, let it marinate, then we're gonna move on. This finished marinating, and now all I have is a heavy skillet, and we're gonna make everything then in here. We're gonna brown this and then continue building the dish right in the same skillet. That's what's beautiful about this. One pan. Now I do have oil that is heating, and I want it to be heated before I add the chicken. I want that sizzle, and I want it to just brown. We're not gonna cook this chicken breast all the way through. Instead, we're gonna make sure they get some nice color on them, which to me is super important when you're then gonna finish something in the oven. So we're gonna start with them. Oh, do you hear that? That's the beautiful thing. That's gonna be flavor added, and that's just essential. So we're gonna put all these in, turn them once until they're nicely browned, and then remove them. So the chicken now is browned on both sides, which it's not all the way cooked, but we're just gonna remove it so we can move on with the recipe, but has a little bit of color now on it, just makes it more appetizing. You could of course use thighs or any type of, you know, bone-in chicken too if you want to. Just a lot of times, chicken breast is what we have around, and it's usually kind of one of those that just fits everyone. So what we wanna do now is just get some onion ready. So some aromatic that's just gonna help flavor the whole dish. And I'm using a red onion, happens to be what I have. I think that's important to use what you have, but also the red onion has a little bit sweeter flavor, which can be nice, a little bit lighter flavor if you want to. And I think that can just be a little bit softer sometimes. So depending on what you're making, the different types of onion obviously have little different nuances. So sometimes on a salad, obviously we'll use the red onion or things like that too. So once I have my onion chopped up, I wanna just add it right to that skillet. Now the skillet could be a little too hot, especially a cast iron one. So I turn the heat down at first and then adjust as needed, but this will definitely sizzle when we add it. So when we're putting it in, oh yeah, hear that? That's perfect. And what's great about this is we have the residual oil in there. We also have some of those brown bits from the chicken, and that's just gonna work up into this onion and continue to flavor it. So So you can see this onion has really started picking up all those brown bits, and it's kind of caramelizing with the onion, and I love that. So it's getting softened, getting translucent, picking up those bits. I have a little bit of garlic that I minced up. I always like to add this after, not through the whole onion cooking process, because you don't want it to get too burnt or too brown. I'm also gonna make sure to add some salt. You wanna layer as you go. Obviously we season the chicken, but you wanna season what's gonna go underneath it too. So that has some seasoning now. So for this, it's gonna be orzo, which is a tiny pasta, of course, but we wanna have some kale too, just for a little bit of green. You always need green. So I just have some kale, I'm doing curly leaf, and I'm just stripping it. So I'm just pulling it off of the stems, and then I am just wadding it up. Don't feel bad about being rough with it. And I'm just going through and giving it a nice rough chop. It's nothing perfect because kale, just like spinach, which you could use here too, any green, it wilts down beautifully. So it really cooks down, and that's what you want. So you just want a nice rough chop on it, and then we can just pick it all up and throw it right in with that onion, and now fragrant garlic, and that's the important part, and just let it wilt into it. To finish up, I'm just slicing some olives. I love the Castelvetrano. They're one of my favorites, this bright green. They kind of have, I like to get a brined one, or brine my own, marinate my own, because then they have a little bit more flavor to them. But what these do is just offer kind of a nice offset, briny saltiness to all this dish that we're making. So I'm gonna take them over. I have my orzo. You can see here what our kale now looks like. It really takes on a whole new look. It cooks way down. This is just in a couple minutes too. And look how beautiful it's gonna work with everything else we're adding. So to this now, I'm gonna add my orzo, which you know, orzo, it's just pasta, but it has kind of that rice-like consistency, and I think that's what's important. I'm only stirring that in so it's somewhat even. And what's beautiful about this is, it's gonna soak in now. Some beautiful chicken stock we'll add. So you can add chicken, anything you like. You could, leave out the chicken in this dish if you want, and make a vegetable stock and just use the greens and orzo as a great side dish. That would be delicious too. And so you can see here, at first you're like, well, that doesn't look great. I'm turning up the heat though, because I want to bring it to a simmer. And while it's coming to a simmer, we're gonna add in our olives. So some of them are chopped in half, some of them are left whole, and that to me is great because it's gonna add little pops of flavor, of color, and that brininess that I love of an olive. I think that's just one of the most delicious things. I love to keep marinated olives in my fridge, pull them out, one of my favorite snacks. And then on top of all of this, which you can see already, we're starting to simmer here around the edges. So if you see all those little bubbles starting to form, that's perfect. You just wanna get it up to heat like that. We're gonna now just add in our chicken. We're gonna nestle it right in with that beautiful side up. Like I said, if you wanna do a skin side up and keep skin on, go ahead. There's nothing wrong with that. And then if you notice here, this plate has some juices. I want those. Those are flavor. We're gonna add those right in there. They're gonna cook with it. It's simmering everywhere, that's perfect. Turn the heat off. Gonna put this right into the oven where the chicken will finish baking. The orzo's gonna soak in that liquid, and we're ready to eat. So you can see when it's done in the oven, all that orzo absorbs that chicken stock we added. The kale continues to cook in, get a little bit crispy on top, which I like. And then it's all done. So I like to put a little bit of fresh dill on top at the end. Obviously, if you don't have dill, you don't have to. But in this case, this is when fresh dill really makes a difference. You want the right texture. And it has that bright, punchy flavor right away. I also love to do a little bit of squeeze of a lemon. You could serve it with lemon too if you wanted to, but I just think that kind of brightens everything up too. And I just kind of like that. And then I like to put feta on it. I put just some crumbled feta all around. You'll get scoops of it with the orzo, you'll get it with the chicken. That to me is just such a beautiful thing, and it adds kind of that pop of brininess at the end that I really like. So then you serve it up. That's what's great. This is a weeknight meal. Serve it up straight from the skillet. Do whatever works for you. Now, on camera can be hard, so I like to slice up my chicken for me before I eat it in front of everyone. But the thing is, otherwise you can just take scoops of this orzo. Look how beautiful that is. It gets all those juices from that chicken down below. You get the pieces of olive with it. And then see how that feta just starts to get a little bit soft with it? That to me is that beautiful part. And then you have that chicken breast that is perfectly cooked. We got it just a little bit of color on the stove before we did it. And then look at this. This is the perfect meal. You got brightness and health. But most importantly, satisfyingly filling. I love it. What I love about it is there's layers of flavor. It's bright and fresh with the dill, with the lemon, but then also it has those hints of coziness for these cold months that really draw you in with the orzo, the olives, the kale all together. It just makes for a perfect meal. It's perfect for a weeknight, it's perfect for a family, but this is also a great presentation if you're gonna have some people over and wanna make something special. That's what I love about it. So what I hope you do with this, I hope you're inspired to try something new, to make a great meal for you, yourself, your friends, your family, your loved ones, whatever it is, and enjoy it. That's the important part. Share this video around so other people can do the same, and check my website, wiseguy.com, for this recipe and all my others. They're all on there. Enjoy.